When you think of the prophet Abraham, what comes to mind? For most of us, it's this great patriarch, a figure of just immense faith. But what if his faith wasn't only about believing in the unseen? What if it was also a deep, profound understanding of something very, very visible, the stars? Today, we're diving into a really fascinating theory that recasts Abraham not just as a prophet, but as a master cosmic navigator. And that quote right there, it just sets the stage perfectly, doesn't it? The idea that the cosmos isn't just some beautiful static backdrop. It's an active, information-rich environment. Really a language, just waiting for someone with the key to come along and read it. And this is where Abraham comes into the story. According to this theory, his famous journeys across the desert, well, maybe they weren't random migrations at all. What if they were precise, calculated movements, following a celestial blueprint that could unlock the hidden laws of the universe itself?
Okay, so to really get our heads around this, we have to start by completely reimagining Abraham. It's all about looking past that familiar story to see the cosmic scientist that might be hidden inside the patriarch.
So, on one side you've got the traditional view. Abraham, the great patriarch, a pillar of faith, we all know that story. But on the other side is the theory we're exploring. It presents him as a cosmic navigator, someone who could decode celestial information, whose faith was actually guided by this incredible understanding of the cosmos. And it's this second view we're really going to dig into.
So the big question is, how could he have actually done this? We're going to explore the unique environment and the specific methods that are really at the heart of this entire theory. The source material paints this incredible picture of the desert. It's not an obstacle, it's the perfect laboratory. Think about it. You're away from all the lights, all the noise of the cities. The night sky just opens up and becomes this immense living map of time, direction, and maybe even destiny. It's the ideal place for some serious observation.
And this is where the theory gets really specific. It doesn't frame Abraham as just some passive traveler. No, it sees him as an active scientist. He allegedly observed the cosmic patterns, he calculated the movements of the planets and stars, and this is the most important part. He decoded what he believed were hidden messages in the heavens.
This all leads to this massive, fundamental question. What if the stars aren't just pretty lights? What if every single one is a data point in some kind of vast cosmic code? A code that could tell you about events on Earth, and maybe even things that haven't happened yet.
So, this totally redefines what we mean by celestial navigation. You know, it's not just about getting from point A to point B. In this view, it's a whole science, one that's symbolic, deeply mathematical, and ultimately predictive.
Okay, so if the stars hold a code, what does that code actually look like? Let's dive into the specific rhythm that Abraham was supposedly reading.
This theory suggests that the universe has this hidden rhythm, a pulse. And it's a rhythm made of predictable, repeating patterns. You've got the cycles of eclipses, those super rare alignments of planets, and the slow, steady precession of the constellations. And the claim is, Abraham knew how to read this rhythm. And this right here, this is the boldest claim of the whole idea. It's that Abraham's major life decisions, where he went, what he did, they weren't just random. They were precisely timed, synchronized with specific and meaningful cosmic events. And to give you a sense of the scale we're talking about here, I mean, modern astronomers have confirmed that some planetary alignments are unbelievably rare. We're talking once every 7,000 years. So the theory asks this incredible question: what if Abraham's journey wasn't just chance? What if it was timed to happen during one of these once-in-a-civilization cosmic moments? This completely reframes the whole concept of Abraham's faith, doesn't it? It's not blind faith in the way we usually think of it. Instead, the source calls it a kind of calculated intuition, a deep, unwavering trust in his ability to interpret cosmic data, a conviction that was literally synchronized with the universe itself. So, if Abraham really had this knowledge, what was the ultimate goal? This is where we get into the really grand implications of the theory, a hidden map of reality itself. Now, proponents of this theory claim that this knowledge wasn't just for him. They actually suggest that he encoded it for future generations, creating a kind of hidden star map, not on paper, but woven into the fabric of culture, in stories, in rituals, maybe even in the exact locations of sacred sites. And the purpose of this map was so much bigger than just physical navigation. As the source so powerfully puts it, it was a map not for walking, but for understanding the hidden architecture of reality,
a key to how the whole cosmos is built.
So what does this map connect? Well, according to the theory, it's this unifying thread that links the wisdom of ancient civilizations, the insights of prophets and mystics, and it might even give us a new way to look at some of history's greatest unsolved mysteries.
Ultimately, what this knowledge is all about is being a bridge between two worlds. It connects the visible with the invisible, right? The human world with the cosmic one, and the material, everyday stuff with the deeper, symbolic reality that's underneath it all.
So, what is the lasting legacy of this cosmic navigator? Let's wrap up by looking at how this incredible knowledge might have been passed down and, where it could possibly lead next.
The idea here is that Abraham's legacy isn't just about faith, it's about a kind of science. His story became this foundational reference point, inspiring generations of mystics and scientists to study, to preserve, and to build on this hidden celestial knowledge.
And that brings us to our final, and maybe our most provocative question. If a prophet like Abraham could use the stars to read and navigate the very structure of reality, then what happens when a powerful king, someone like Solomon, takes that knowledge and combines it with concepts like energy, resonance, and cosmic timing? Well, that's a mystery for another time.